Hey guys, it's Elaine Grundy from the Reiki Center, and today I'm going to talk about the difference between Reiki 3 and Reiki Masters in my lineage. Now, I'm aware that different lineages will have different um, ways of teaching, and so I can only really speak from my own one. But this comes from a question because I'm doing Reiki 3 soon, and I had a question around what's the difference between Reiki 3 and Reiki Master, and why does the Reiki Master certification include so much teacher training if, for example, this person was saying that she would really only be giving it to friends and family that she could support within their Reiki journey. So she wasn't planning to become a teacher. So this is actually quite a common question. And in my lineage, Reiki 3 is essentially giving you everything that you have a curiosity about. In other words, it teaches you about the attunement process. However, it only teaches you the first attunement, which is the heart attunement. And in my lineage, it basically allows you to open Reiki for somebody else. So you can give an attunement to a loved one, a friend or a family member, and it will activate the Reiki in their hands, but it is only temporary. So by temporary, what I mean is because the heart center is open, it allows the information for the kind of where is the Reiki channel to come through the system, come out of the hands. But because only one chakra is activated, eventually over time, it will the information will be lost. And so the Reiki tends to close down again. Now, I say tends to close down because I have had emails in the past with people that have come along to my introductory talk, had a heart attunement, and then a year later, they still have Reiki coming out of their hands. And then I have other people that come to the talk, and after 2 or 3 days, they've noticed that the Reiki has kind of disappeared. They're not noticing any sensations anymore, and they feel that they've kind of lost it. So that's quite a huge difference from one heart attunement going from 2 days to like a year. And the thing is, we can't really tell how long it's going to take for you in your own unique system to be able to retain the Reiki or the information of how the Reiki flows through your hands. So the Reiki 3 really is for the layperson, for the person who just wants to give temporary attunements to friends and family because you're seeing them all the time anyway. So in effect, if you're giving someone heart attunements whenever they notice that the Reiki is kind of diminishing in their system, then they don't have to come to class. You don't have to become a teacher, and you don't really have to teach them that much because you're there all the time being able to provide that support. The teacher training is not only for those of you who want to become teachers professionally, but it is also for those of you who want to attune people permanently. And the reason why we don't teach you how to do all the attunements in a weekend and off you go and attune people is really because there's really two reasons for it. The first reason is for the person that you are attuning. Is it really ethical? Is probably too strong a word, but is it really worthy of that person's time and attention for you to just kind of plonk a bunch of attunements into them and go right off you go in Reiki? For me, it's really not very res- responsible. Again, these are very strong words, okay? But essentially, my own feeling is that if I'm going to teach you how to use Reiki for yourself and how to give Reiki to other people, should you wish to, and how to hold Reiki in your heart, and how to really kind of respect and honor the gift that you've been given, and honor and respect yourself in terms of how to give yourself a treatment and how to really kind of incorporate Reiki into your life. I don't see how that can be done in a quick couple of hours with a friend or family member, even if you are then with them a lot after that. It just feels important to me that if you are going to activate Reiki in someone else, that you do it with some kind of educational foundation. So that's really why in our lineage, we're like, no, we're not going to teach you all the attunements without a proper teacher training. And in our teacher training, we kind of hold you for 6 months. And so it is a big commitment. And it is also, I know it's a big financial commitment as well. But the reason why is because we want you to teach Reiki well and with a large part of the integrity of the system that we hold so dear in place, rather than just kind of spreading Reiki quicker, for sure, but also doing it in a way that maybe doesn't hold the integrity quite so strongly. And the reason why also, in my opinion, this is really important is, like, I get daily emails from people who have learned Reiki the quick way, and they are asking what I would consider fundamental basic questions about Reiki, and they don't know because they haven't been taught. And you can't assume that just because someone has an interest in activating Reiki in their hands, that they're then going to go and research it and read the books about it and get the information that is imparted in a weekend course, in a course that runs for a good 10 to 12 hours and is packed full of information and practice and interaction with other people and opportunities to ask questions to the teacher. It's like the whole thing. So that's the first reason, is for the benefit of the person that you're giving Reiki to. And then the second reason, which is I hold very dear, is the integrity of the Reiki lineage. So, and this kind of comes into what I'm saying, is that there's a lot of people out there. Like, I've just written my book, A Path to Freedom, and it really looks at the deep dive into Reiki and how we can use our Reiki tools to really bring a much deeper spiritual aspect into our practice. And again, the feedback I'm getting, I mean, it's lovely feedback, so thank you. But it really is like surprise. I'm like, oh, I never thought about Reiki as a spiritual practice, or I never thought about Reiki as being such a complete and deep system in itself. And so, again, this is just my hobby horse, a big hobby horse, but it's like Reiki is so deep and so powerful and so supportive and so complete as a system, that we owe it to Reiki to teach it and pass it forward correctly. And by correctly, I'm not talking about the rules and the regulations and the education and all that kind of thing. That correctness is very varied across the lineages, and I'm certainly not making any judgment about that. However, holding your student in a weekend or in 10 hours of instruction, and the benefit of passing on your knowledge as best you can, and getting them to sit in the Reiki energy as best you can, I think is a really important commitment as a Reiki master, as somebody who is committed to passing on Reiki to someone else. My feeling is that you should do it properly. It's kind of like, anyway, that's just my opinion, and I know lots of people don't agree with it. So it's just highlighting why in my lineage we separate the Reiki 3 from the Reiki Masters. So to summarize, the Reiki 3, you learn the heart attunement, which allows you to activate Reiki temporarily in somebody else. Now, temporarily is a very long time frame. Some people it's 2 or 3 days, other people over a year. Unfortunately, we cannot predict. So we kind of say the average is 2 to 3 weeks. So if you have people in your household who are keen to do Reiki, but they don't want to go on a Reiki course, or they can't afford a Reiki course, then absolutely Reiki 3 will give you the tools to hold them and activate Reiki in them, so that you don't have to keep treating them. They can start treating themselves. And you can slowly impart your knowledge about Reiki to them that way, and obviously encourage that they read books and do their own research if they're interested. So absolutely, Reiki 3 will hold you if you are doing it purely for family and close friends that you see regularly. However, if you are thinking of wanting to attune people permanently to Reiki, and you want them to be able to go off and do Reiki and never see you again and not bother you again, then you need to do the teacher's training. And that is a commitment, both financially and time-wise, because my intention is that you then pass on Reiki with the full integrity of my lineage intact. And of course, you have lots of choice. I mean, there's lots of Reiki courses out there that don't have the same philosophy as me. And so that's fine. You can actually, you can jump online and find all kinds of online Reiki Master courses that will teach you everything that you want to know and pass it on that way. If that resonates with you, then I would say, go do it. But if what I'm saying resonates with you, then I would say take the time and the patience and the deep dive yourself. I mean, the master's training is a real deep dive into your own relationship with Reiki. And so that when you are passing something on, it comes with all of your experience and passion and love of Reiki, as well as the whole lineage of all of us behind you who hold Reiki in the same deep respect. So I hope that's been helpful, useful, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Thanks for watching.